Not so long ago, Hyundai used to dominate the sedan segment with the Verna. But with the arrival of the brand new Honda City and the Maruti Ciaz, the Verna brand got forgotten. But Hyundai is back with vengeance and have launched a brand new car which poses a big threat to its established rivals. Built on an all-new K2 platform, the new Verna chassis is more rigid than before, and it also uses more high-strength steel to keep weight in check. Unlike the old car which had standout design with loads of curves and creases, the new Verna looks cleaner and the well-defined lines will surely age well too. The front is based on the new Hyundai design language, and the big hexagonal grille, swept-back headlamps and the sharply cut bumpers are quite similar to the big Elantra. The silhouette is brought to life by the bold 16-inch wheels and the flowing coupe-like roofline which gives it a fastback-like appearance. But it's from the rear the new Verna looks the best, and the combination of bulging bumper, beautifully detailed tail lamps and a Fox diffuser gives it lots of appeal. What isn't new in the Verna though are the 1.6-litre petrol and diesel engines being carried over from the old car. The car we have on test is the top SX option diesel manual. Moving on the inside, the Verna's cabin design and quality is easily one of the best in segment. The dash design looks modern and the protruding center console looks nice too. Like in all modern Hyundais, you get a very nice touchscreen infotainment system which is easy to use and houses loads of features like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Unsurprisingly, being a Hyundai, it has the best-in-class features list. Apart from the norm, you get goodies like ventilated front seats, auto headlamps, cruise control, satellite navigation, sunroof, rear AC vents, rear sunblind, and keyless go in the top SX option variant. Even in terms of safety, it comes with best-in-class 6 airbags, ISO fixed rear seats, and ABS as standard in this top SX variant. It is a practical car too, with total of 4 cup and bottle holders each, a big glove box, broad front door pockets, and useful space under the front armrest. The boot is big too, but a lower loading lip would have made it even better. The boot also opens automatically when you stand next to it with the key in your pockets, which is a thoughtful feature when your hands are full. Comfort up front is really good and the airy ambience makes it a nice place to be in. The front seats are well contoured and the venting functions ensures burning hot leather upholstery in summers won't be a problem. But in this segment, back seat can be more important than the front because there are 90% chances if you buy this car, you will sit back here. Now, knee room is adequate, but the rivals offer much more, and also the high window line, and me being a 6-foot tall person, headroom is also in short supply. Where the Verna disappoints in terms of rear seat comfort, the engine and gearbox is one of its highlights. The first thing that strikes you as soon as you start this motor is the refinement. I mean, it is easily the quietest motor in its class, and even when you work it hard, it never sounds harsh. Yes, it does get a bit loud post say 4000 RPM, but even then it never is intrusive. It is user-friendly too. Power delivery on this diesel motor is quite linear and you can feel the punch from as low as 1800 RPM. But on the downside, the gear ratios are quite tall, so you end up shifting a lot more than required. Thankfully though, the gearbox is quite slick and the short and precise throws makes it a joy to use. The tall gearing has its upsides though. While cruising on the highway, the tall gearing really helps. For example, if you're doing around say 120 kilometers an hour in 6th gear, the engine is ticking over around 2000 RPM, which is great not only in terms of keeping the engine noise down, but also in terms of fuel efficiency. But is it as easy to drive as the old car in heavy traffic conditions? You buy any version of the Verna, be it petrol or diesel, it's going to be easy to drive in the city. The fundamentals are right, like a light steering, slick gearbox, the clutch is relatively light, and plus you also get an option of automatic.
Although the engine, which is a carryover from the old car, still impresses, where the old car really struggled is in terms of ride and handling. Have Hyundai managed to address that issue?
The biggest improvement in the new Verna is in terms of ride. Where the old car used to feel soft, soggy and loose, the new one feels remarkably planted, be it at low or high speeds. Even the suspension works quietly, and there are very few obstacles which can catch this well-tuned suspension off guard.
While the ride is really good, how does the Verna behave when you show it a set of corners?
Though handling in the new Verna is considerably better than the old car, it still feels a bit disconnected from behind the wheel. The steering is lifeless, there's excessive understeer mid-corner, and even when you push the car hard, there's a lot of body roll. As far as stopping power is concerned, the new Verna feels adequate, but the problem is as soon as you go over less than perfect surfaces, the ABS kicks in too much and the car tends to roll forward excessively.
So, overall, how does the Verna stack up?
If you're looking for a mid-size sedan, the Hyundai Verna makes a very strong case for itself. It looks good, has best-in-class features, the interior quality is really good, and now it rides and handles well too. What's more, Hyundai has managed to price the car really well and it sits bang in between the Maruti Ciaz and the Honda City. But the biggest problem with the car is the rear seat space, which is considerably less than the competition. With this segment being predominantly chauffeur driven, this can be a deal breaker for most, despite it being a very good car. For more detailed analysis on the Hyundai Verna, visit the Carvale website. Do let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to Carvale.